Hello everyone and welcome back to Matchday 21. We've just finished the first series, but we're jumping on to the next series for Pro League soon. It's going to be compLexity up against Cloud9. Hopefully we see some Championship 9, not Cloud9. Hopefully we see some good compLexity, not simplicity.
I'm tilted.
No? Already? It's been less than 20 seconds and you're tilted. How?
We'll see from compLexity. Sometimes simplicity is key for them. Their individuals sometimes doing a little bit better when they have a bit of freedom. Some people like Yaster or Android picking up some good kills, and we'll need to see them on point. Going to need to see Peter hitting the shots, especially the critical ones, which I've seen him miss too many of.
I've also seen him hit them.
Yeah, I've seen him hit them and miss them.
Well,
so it turns out two different things happen. People don't just do one or the other.
Yeah, apparently you can either hit or miss shots. I never knew that. There's no in between apparently. Well, if you have, speaking of hitting and missing, if you have actually missed the match between SK as well as Rogue, I was about to say Ghost for some reason, Rogue, do make sure you subscribe as well as you click on the notification button for the YouTube channel for ESL. If you want to make sure that you catch us every single time that we're on. We're not on all the time. You won't see Mitch all the time. You won't see me all the time. I've missed out one. Makes me sad.
You should go back and make up for it. Cast that game.
No, just solo
come
cast.
back here after hours, 10:30, break in, and solo cast it.
No, just like, kick back at home, maybe crack open something, crack a cold one open with the boys and cast it as we take a look at the schedule for the rest of Matchday 21. Yeah, you guys do not deceive you. That is a 16-1 over CLG earlier on today on CLG's map pick of Cache. I was saying that's the only way CLG could lose.
Counter logic gaming indeed.
Meanwhile, it was a 2-0, both 16-9s in the favor of SK over Rogue. We're now jumping on towards compLexity versus Cloud9 over on the mainstream. It's Immortals versus Liquid. Should be a good set of matches for both.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. I mean, Liquid should be able to take that one fairly comfortably, but hopefully Immortals shows up and gives them a run for their money. Have to say the exact same thing about this match as well. Cloud9, there's nothing I really need to say about them. They're pretty much one of the best in it. compLexity definitely down the pecking order a little bit, but showing signs of improvement. So,
but it is an online league.
Online.
Yeah, and Cloud9 have not been in the best form recently.
Okay.
Their form in terms of the EPL shows that. I mean, sitting currently in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
We can say that probably one of the better teams in NA, but there's still a lot of questions being asked about this lineup. It seems like their results compared to previous seasons have regressed. But we haven't seen them at enough major tournaments or even the LAN events, more online tournaments to kind of make a full justification yet. I've seen a lot of them online, hasn't particularly impressed me that far. Like, not to the extent where I'm like, yeah, they're back, this is Summer Cloud9, we hot. It's just literally,
yeah, but that
we're
was
okay.
Even towards the last iteration of the lineup, that was still a completely different lineup as well.
Yes.
So, I mean, in general, just thinking about it, I mean, it's not really too surprising that their online results have gone down a little bit because, you got Nothing, who's kind of like the feel-good guy, and Shroud wrecks online, and on LAN goes missing against the European teams a fair bit. So you would expect some of their performance to be a little bit shakier online, and they would have made an adjustment in their roster to sort of shore up their weaknesses for LAN and stuff like that.
But even at the same time, like, towards the end, I think it was... Well, if we're touching on the topic of Shroud and Nothing as well, like, Shroud wasn't playing particularly bad in terms of the final LAN that he played with the team, like before the major. It was
just in general, though, you're talking about it. Like,
yeah, in general. But he was coming in towards good form. I think he said he was starting to lose enjoyment of the game. And then on the side of, like, you're picking up Russian Tarek, who in my mind are like, quite good in terms of overall. It just feels like, to me, it's like... a little bit of the identity in terms of Stewie has gone missing. You normally expect, all right, Stewie shouldn't be IGLing anymore. He should be just dropping hot numbers over all his foes.
Yeah, that's what
the guy's
you'd expect,
good.
yeah.
The guy's insane, but we haven't seen a lot of that.
Yeah, he seems to have lost that killer instinct a little bit. He's not the 30 bomb dropper anymore.
He's not the
guy who used to AWP on Cash and just be main pushing aggressively, and then the next round he was like AWPing mid, like just all over the place, killing everyone. Now he doesn't do that anymore.
Makes me a little bit sad, but
makes me very sad.
I guess that's also adjustment as well, because the longer that you do play the game, you realize, like, sure, aggression is good, but sometimes if you actually do lose the pick, a lot of the more disciplined teams know how to kind of like go, all right, this guy plays aggressively, we'll pick him off. All right, 5-on-4, we know exactly what we need to do to take the rest of the map. So maybe that's also coming from the more that you kind of get more experience, you realize you shouldn't be making these aggressive plays all the time. is you start becoming afraid of the negative connotations as opposed towards the positive connotations.
Kind of makes more sense in the new lineup for him to do that, as opposed to when he used to do it in the old lineup. The justification for doing that kind of thing is A, you have sick players across the board who can close out a 4v5 with the information that you gather or whatever from going aggressive, or B, you have sick structure to fall back on. I mean, they didn't have either in the last lineup, arguably. Now they have at least sick players to fall back on, and he's not going aggressive. And it worked out quite well for them in a lot of games last time, so...
Hopefully it goes well this time on the side of complexity. I mean, it always depends on which iteration of complexity shop. The iteration which can take it towards the top teams, you know, structured play, everyone's playing pretty well, you know. Android 23 has his firmware updated. Yay is going full Yay mode. He's like, yay, got a kill. Peter's hitting shots. You know, Depth just doing whatever Depth does, and Slemmy, you know, Slemdog with a... what IQ players are we up to now? Whatever IQ plays, you know... as soon as like that, all the pieces fit in together for complexity, they're actually such a sick lineup. Like, I really enjoy watching this lineup play. When the pieces don't fit together, though, and everyone across the board are kind of like, you know, stuttering and there are issues, after I go, it's where the consistency factor, you know? If complexity was a very consistent lineup, these guys would be near the top tier 2 of NA, I would say, arguably. Like, breaking in towards tier 1. These guys are good. Like, I feel like they're solid, man. No?
Online.
Online.
Just
Maybe
add that
online.
one. That word in. Just
Okay,
that
online.
one word.
Okay,
That's all I ask.
solid online. Maybe at LAN, but we haven't seen them at LAN enough to kind of justify it.
I don't think they're solid enough at LAN, to be honest. Like, we haven't seen them very much, right? But in general, complexity on LAN, I'm thinking like 4th to 8th pretty consistently.
Yeah.
They don't break into the top 4 very often. Online, they get some good upsets and they're looking like they're on the improvement. But when they have like big upsets, right, they've got sick tactics, they've got the structure, right, that should make them a fairly consistent force. But it's the individual performances that show up and sort of push them over the top. On LAN, we like never see that from their players. Their players just don't turn up most of the time.
It is a bit of a shame.
And it is actually a huge shame, because especially putting Peter into the lineup, like, you look vintage CLG Peter, right? This is going back a long time. He was actually sick on LAN with the AWP. I remember like a bunch of Dust 2 games where he was taking it to European teams back when CLG was like that meme NA team. Like the greatest meme NA team, where online they would be like struggling to win games against NA teams, and then they go to LAN, and for some reason just the LAN environment, that international exposure, they were doing pretty good. Like, that was back when LG was coming up, and like Luminosity, which is now SK Gaming, before they were like absolutely sick and winning majors all over the place, like CLG and Luminosity were like pretty comparable teams. Like, they were both trying to like struggle their way up through the top tiers of the LAN scene and stuff like that. And nowadays you just don't see any of that.
You gotta believe in the boys in complexity.
We'll see.
We'll have to see. What's the first map? I think there was a Cobble in there.
Possibly. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Cobble and Train? Mirage? I don't know.
If you give me Cobble and Train again, Kevin, you can solo cast this one, mate. I'm tilted.
Oh no, we've already mentioned I managed to tilt Pilly not only in the first 20 seconds, but now once again.
It's not your fault you don't pick the maps, Kev.
Maybe I do.
Maybe
I'm like
do.
the secret Papa Master.
You are the
around.
secret Papa Master.
It's just like...
You play dumb, but you're a Slemmy. You're remote controlling Slemmy.
I'm like the backwards IQ master. I pretend I'm have like negative IQ, but in reality I'm playing the correct games. I'm just here playing Counter-Strike casting when everyone else is playing, I don't know, 70-dimensional checkers.
Yeah.
Alright.
So
you have nothing to say?
Honestly, I don't know. The only thing to really talk about going forward is like, I love to talk up these underdog teams like Rogue, because it's like interesting to describe like how their players play and stuff like that. But complexity, I have less familiarity with how they play, and also sometimes I don't know whether it's the individual players sort of stepping up and playing sick. Like, they're definitely capable of the raw fragging power of getting like individual like 1, 2, 3Ks, you know, off Android and Yay. We see that a lot out of, sometimes Def as well. But I feel like the structure enables a lot of their individual plays, as opposed to just like, oh, I'm going to push out here and get a kill, or Vice in like a 2-on-4. He's just like, oh, I'll just win this 2-on-4 and get like 3 or 4 kills. I feel like a lot of the time the individual players of the complexity players doesn't really impress me as much as some other up and comers, because I feel like some of that's like embedded in not only their structure but also just the way that they multi-frag is like, did you really think that much about it, or are you just like hitting every shot when someone walks in your crosshair? They do have some sick aim. I'll give them that.
All right, I have some bad news to tell you.
What?
Match is a little bit delayed. We're waiting for the players to join a new server. But we'll be back very shortly, which is the good news. We're just going for a short 2-minute break. We'll see you then with the Cloud9 versus complexity match.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Hello everyone, welcome back. It has been a short break. We're still waiting for the server issues to be resolved, but until then, you know, we can talk about multiple things under the earth. We can talk about complexity, about how Yay has such a hilarious name. We can talk about Cloud9. No?
I mean, just culturally, you might be able to relate to Cloud9 a little bit more.
What does that mean? Hang on, what does that mean?
So maybe you can give us a bit of an insight, perhaps.
In terms of culturally?
Yeah.
What does that mean? I don't wear tank tops.
That's
it's not
true.
summer over here, it's still spring.
Yeah, it's pretty much summer. We get 5 months of summer, mate. We get 1 month of spring.
It hasn't been that warm yet, has it? Yeah. There was like a couple of weekends, but it wasn't insane.
This whole week it's been like 30, mate.
No, it hasn't.
It's been like, last weekend
it's
it was like
raining
20.
Today.
Shut up. It doesn't matter.
Right. It's raining. It's cold today.
It's cold today.
It's cold 0 today.
No, well, it kind of was.
You've fallen for it.
He didn't really... Oh, my God.
Get wrecked. You're free to leave out of the studio right now because you just got absolutely destroyed.
I'm leaving for sure.
Yeah. I don't know about Taco and Phelps. I'm fairly certain we could come up with something, but let's not go down that slippery slope. We're never going to dig ourselves out of it. But, I mean, coming back on towards the match, we've already kind of expressed it. You can kind of use a YouTube replay to jump back about maybe 10 minutes. We've talked about it. And then if you want to come back to, like, just go back 10 minutes ago, watch that for our analysis, and then come back to now. Because I don't think there's anything more that we can really input. I mean, it's the same amount of points that we can always put forward for both sides. And now it's just waiting to see which team turns up. You know, which game that they bring up.
So you get a subway every morning Do you have like a close-knit relationship with the Subway person now?
No.
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 Is it just like a different person every time?
Actually, the same person.
It's the same person.
Yeah.
And they just hate you.
I think so.
It's not good.
It's pretty bad because one time, okay, so this is going towards my food journeys, right? It's always food journeys with Kevin. So one time I was ordering and I wanted the breakfast sub.
Yeah.
So I wanted to order a breakfast sub and the person goes out back and it goes, sorry, we don't have any eggs. And I'm like, and bear in mind, this is like at 8 a.m., right? So breakfast subs should be available when you immediately open up. You should have eggs available. It's breakfast subs for a reason. And I couldn't get one that morning. I was really sad. Just for a little bit.
And ever since then, the person's just been like, not the breakfast sub guy.
Yeah, I'm not getting breakfast subs because I'm like, I don't want to be disappointed to an extent where it's like when you order something, it's like it's something so standard. Like if you go to a cafe, for example, it's like, I'd like breakfast, with eggs, please. And they're like, sorry, we're out of eggs. Or I like coffee, we're out of caffeine. How are you still open as a cafe? You're meant to have eggs, man. I don't know why I'm so frustrated about this point, but that was a point of frustration probably about 2 to 3 weeks ago.
That's fair. Do you always order the same thing at Subway?
No. I do vary it up a little bit, so it depends
got some
on...
pretty good options.
I mainly go for the chicken options, but sometimes I get the beef options.
I would have to say in terms of fast, from like America to Australia, I would say Subway is the most similar in terms of like just how like similar it is in terms of quality and like ingredients and stuff that they serve. It's like pretty much exactly the same. Whereas if you look at stuff like Macca's and stuff in America, it's like pretty different to Australia.
Yeah, wasn't it? They're small as our medium apparently or something like that, and then they have 3 more sizes.
Yeah.
The audience would have to teach me about this. I've never been to America, unfortunately. I've always wanted to go.
You got to get those 1 liter sodas, mate. That's the best.
I don't know if I could do that, to be honest. Like, I struggle with just finishing a bottle of water. Like, I still have my water here. I mean, I could probably show like the top of it without showing the brand, but I've drunk it like probably like just that much. I haven't drunk it any more than that so far, and that's been the entire day. I've had coffee, I've had a little bit of that, but I rarely drink that much. And you've already finished your water.
No,
you actually
there's still a bit there.
You have like whatever I have drunk is whatever you have left in your bottle, pretty much.
What does that say about me?
You stay hydrated. You keep cool. You keep calm. You keep collected, and you're still tilted by me. That's what it says.
It doesn't matter. You could tilt anyone, Kevin.
No.
No?
No.
Who's the untiltable person for you?
I can't tilt my mom regardless of what I do.
Okay.
That'd also be pretty rude for me to try to tilt my mom. That's pretty mean.
Yeah. You're a bad person. Anyway. Let's see if
Why are you taking these shots at me today, Pilly?
I don't know. You're full like complimenting me. You're finding ways that the amount of water I've drunk equals how good of a person I am and my personality traits. See, Inferno. It was not Cobble Train. All right. So now I can actually talk about the map a bit. I can actually talk about the map a bit. I don't think I've seen compLexity play Inferno.
I've seen them play it once, maybe, but Cloud9 have been picking this quite a bit.
Yeah.
They've wanted to kind of nail down how to play Inferno, so
but
not
I
surprising.
think, at least in the graphic, I saw that compLexity picked this. But I feel like that's wrong. Because the team on the left is the picker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll
they
find
were
out.
on
Okay,
the
maybe
left.
compLexity did pick it because Cloud9 started the CT side.
Why?
Nice.
Neither.
Maybe compLexity has something good to show us.
Alright, well, let's see.
I'm excited now.
I can't wait to see them shoot themselves in the foot. The old, let's pick Inferno, and then they get rolled.
But
See that so often.
well, that's like the old, Davey strat. Skadoodle just gets
Why are you going aggressive
blocked.
with no armor, mate? I don't get it. Anyway, smoke out towards top mid from Slemmy, and they're actually going to chill out a bit. Got Def up there in the arch side, getting some control, and
They didn't even take any damage
it's
off
worked
that.
perfectly. 7-dimensional underwater equestrian.
Yeah, what can Stewie do with the USB right now? Automatic. Well, he's always good with a pistol, so Automatic and Stewie already find 2 to kind of equalize the scenario. Peter's coming close, but can't find the head with the Glock, and well, we know how much damage the Glock does to body
off
armor.
goes the bomb to 8.
Yep, that's a counter rotation coming forward, which is good because it means there's only one person. It's going to be Rush that's sitting in the corner. Peter still dealing out. We'll be able to shut down Stewie eventually. So it's all going to be up towards Rush sitting on the site.
I wasn't watching any gameplay there, Kev. I was just watching Slemmy on the minimap running back and forth. All the calculations going in his head. He's like, I'm going B. Nope. Picks go there. I'm going back to A.
I'm going back to B.
Oh, man. And down goes the bomb. So, the fish will be blown up soon.
Will they? Will Rush save the fish?
You know what they need to implement in this game?
Flying fish. Like when the bomb explosion happens, fish go everywhere.
They fly out and they go onto the barbecue and you just hear it. You know, it's
There's
like
no
the bell on
barbecue.
train.
There's no barbecue anymore.
Oh no, I'm tilted.
What? All right, maybe you're not tilted over this because Rush has been pretty pristine with the pistol so far. He's looking for the final play. He knows that there's one towards Coffins. Doesn't check back sight correctly. And there you have it, Slimmy. Holding the line, holding his nerve. Will eventually fire. Exactly 100 shots fired that round. Precisely 100 shots.
Calculated. Slemmy had it all under control.
Yeah.
He's like 93 shots fired so far. I will take 7 to kill Rush.
He took 1.
Yeah, but he fired more than 1.
He fired maybe 2.
Scouts coming out for Cloud9. Scooter's got himself a smoke and a nade. So he's going to damage his economy a little bit. Might not be able to go for that AWP too quickly. A little boost out here from Cloud9 going to allow them to potentially try to get a pick early in this round. But all they do is lose about 40 HP between them. Molly comes out as well.
Oh no,
Stewie's
Stewie's timed out.
in the Molly. Beautiful. Online Counter-Strike. Love it.
That's unfortunate.
Tarek now in first oranges. Going to be in a lot of trouble. But complexity's just sensibly spreading out and taking map control. They've got apps. They don't have brackets because Cloud9's hanging on to that. Aggression from Tarek punished quickly by Ye. And I've only one thing to say about that, Kevin.
Yay.
Oh, man.
The complexity now stacking up towards Nana, only leaving one member behind towards top mid, but Rush has got control of the top brackets area. He's going to peek out and spots them going towards Nana, so you can see that they're committed towards Nana. Automatic with the scout, Skidoodle with the CZ. There's the first flashbang. It's going to blind the T's more than it's going to blind anyone from Cloud9. And Automatic still dueling it out before the flashbang comes through. There's a smoke grenade towards Coffins, and they are going to be committing through barbecue on towards the bomb site. Yay stuff though, knows where the boost is happening, knows 2s towards Coffins. Pretty easy stuff for them.
Yeah, he almost lost his life. Multiple
Almost,
times.
but didn't.
Wonder if that Molotov landed on top of the boost. Oh, see it automatic. That's 300, and also he loses the scout. They will go have another eco in the next round on the side of Cloud9, so that's actually a pretty big loss. Yay loses his life to Scar, who's going to get traded out, so another 600 in the bank. And Rush going to lose his life to Android as well.
This is the newest, I think, firmware for Android 23, so that's good to see that. Good to see complexity off to a good start. You know, not struggling on the anti-eco, losing a single gun.
Is Stewie back?
I think so. There's no pause being called. Unless, like, unless they didn't know that Stewie hasn't been there this entire time, but it's like, Stewie, where are you? And, okay, there we are. So they're going for an A-site stack. Complexity going fast up and taking this mid control on the back of 2 HE grenades. They're still committing towards it though, and Peter only with a USP. Enos are on the full eco. And how are they going to deal with this? Steph is going to come out closer towards jungle. They're going to spot out Tarek. Skidoodle loses his life. There's a dink on the side of Tarek. Automatic finds one on towards Peter. Still dueling it out. Actually, the USPs have been reigning supreme. They're going to go back towards the B site though, knowing that it's a full A stack. Cloud9 won't be able to get there in time unless Tarek pulls off something ridiculous with the USP. I don't think he'll be able to do so though. And complexity will be able to get the bomb down safely.
Boost coming out there.
No.
Oh, no. Slemmy wasn't running the calculations correctly.
How's it? No, surely this can't happen. Slemmy went for the bomb plant and it's like, no, I'm going to plant this at a better position. Yace has now retrieved the bomb, but now down towards a 101. It's going to back out in towards Nana once again, and most likely will go towards the A bomb site instead, knowing when it's safe to do so. He'll start running. And Rush, no way of reading this until the bomb has been planted.
Well
It was close, but that's a good play from Ye.
Yeah, not losing the round after losing so many guns on the side of complexity. Although Rush has a small chance to win this, but I would say it's fairly unlikely.
You might as well go for it. It's got a few kills with the UMP though, so that's always good to see. And if you're
He's made himself a lot of money.
At least, what? So you got 1 kill with the USP, I'm fairly certain, because he didn't save. So 1,500 in the round. Solid.
Not bad. Very solid. That's
Solid.
a lot of util.
Good investment. It wasn't even an investment by him. It was just good shootering.
Good investment of bullets.
And yeah, he might actually... that was close.
Shouldn't have been that close there. For
Yeah,
complexity.
exactly. Russia no armor. Ah, well, it is what it is.
They got plenty of money to play with.
That's actually crucial because now...
Rush can buy an AWP.
Yeah, exactly. He can get armor and an AWP. Sure, you won't have utility, but now Skadoodle will have armor to work with.
That's exactly what they do.
Yeah, so... Good decision-making over for Cloud9, where Skadoodle's got the AWP very early in play on the back of Rush, getting those 2 instrumental UMP picks, and he's going fast for a Nana take. Oh, he's taking a lot of damage from the Molotov, though. Down to 16 from the HE and the Molotov. Chance play not working out, unfortunately, for Skadoodle this time. He's going to have to back off very deep into the site, and compLexity very early Nana control, which is really good to see. Didn't have to use too many grenades, didn't lose too much HP.
Yeah,
Solid.
I mean... Yeah, just a nade and a flash and a Molotov expended and they get control of the top of Nana. So, very well done there from them. They are starting to move their way up apartments. They won't be able to take brackets very convincingly because they have Tarek boosted up. Rush, they're choosing to play the alternative setup to pit. Molotov comes out towards Dig. Flash as well from compLexity, just a bit of light pressure. Now they're going to start moving their way in though. Automatic takes the first after pushing through that jungle smoke, gets himself 2. Rush with 1 from Dig as well. So
why is Stewie rotating? Okay, I was a little bit scared for a moment because I'm like, Stewie, you don't need to be going back towards anywhere. He's going to push out. He finds 1. There's a trade, but those are favorable trades for compLexity for the B side considering they lost 3. And Peter still has the AWP in hand, ready to do some damage, playing the standard first oranges spot. Going towards Nana. Rush is not going to push out any further. Oh, he is going to push. And that might be a big mistake because the rest of the players are coming in from Nana. This is suddenly doable for compLexity for Peter.
That's actually a perfect Molotov from him. Throws out the smoke. He's going to creep around it, but this elevated position from automatic he might not anticipate. Fortunately, he doesn't. Gets taken out. So good effort there from Peter. Creative little Molotov actually ends up landing perfectly.
Wait, do they have time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
We certain about that?
Getting close. No, they don't have time. I thought they did. I'm sorry, you were talking very loudly.
And do you know what the tilting part about that is?
What?
Both members on Cloud9 went to the backer site to go retrieve the AWP.
Yeah.
What the heck?
What the heck? You know,
like, that's the worst way to lose a round. Yeah, 2 people alive. Yeah, nice, boys. All right, let's go get the AWP. Wait, shouldn't someone be sticking the bomb?
Couldn't disagree with you there.
I'm not wrong, as you'd
Not
say.
wrong.
Oh, man. That's just the worst way to lose a round because you just did all the hard work and Stewie's going to be spotted out. Does damage.
I don't understand. Did he hit Def through the wall? I'm assuming that's what happened.
Yeah, so probably like a shoulder or a body tag through the top edge of the wall.
Could have been a kill.
A difficult shot to hit for certain, but he does land damage.
Could have been a kill.
Got to look at the positives. I mean, that could have been, you know, a triple collateral through the edge of the wall. He could have pushed it and killed everyone.
Could have been that infrequent shot where you just nade down Nana and get a quad.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see that again.
Oh, I think I've seen it again recently, but it was like an MM clip.
Yeah. Well, compLexity are just going to go for this B side execute, and Stewie just going to be sitting in the back of bomb site. They're going to come in. Lands 1. Just has to point and click, but the Molotov coming in now. And Peter, actually, it's going to be Yay coming with the AK-47. So very easy B side taking compLexity. Very fast up to a 5-0. Admittingly, after a very, very gifted round coming out from Cloud9.
Yeah, I mean...
Because it was gifted, come on. There's no excusing the fact that you've got to be sticking on the defuse. Like, one person on the defuse immediately, one person retrieving an AWP.
And I mean, Cloud9, you got to be able to, like, mentally reset from this point.
They'll be able to, but it's just like...
They lost the 1v1 on Rush, right? Stewie dies to the molly in the force buy. In the first gun round, that happens. And now you've lost this sort of semi-quasi-buy, I would say, around the AWP that you saved. Nothing really going right for them, except for that kill on Tarek. So 3 guns retained. Looks like it's only going to be 2. Slemmy's probably going to die to the bomb. Peter kills automatic to the bottom of Nana. So 2 alive on each side. Skadoodle and Tarek don't retain any weaponry, but that's fine. They will be able to buy up. And money for compLexity. Getting a bit shakier after taking heavy losses in that
They lose a lot of guns every single round. That's the problem. Given that even though they won 5, they are very liable to getting reset at any time.
Yeah.
Both teams are, really. Nice hops from Skadoodle on the hedge. Oh, it doesn't come ahead of Stewie 2K at the end of the day. And Peter still makes his way with the AWP and might be considering challenging the line on the back of this flashbang. There's the flashbang, there's the HE grenade. Pushes Skadoodle off the line and Peter resumes it. Very dangerous for Scar to push into this. So compLexity, once again, very limited utility, maximum reward. There's a Molotov towards Sandbags, and Skadoodle has to fall back. Automatic, though. He had a great round in the previous round towards the A-bomb site. Needs to step up once again if compLexity do decide to go there, but they are committing very heavily towards the B-bomb site instead. 4 members already top Nana in less than 40 seconds in the round. They're now committing Stewie. It's going to be smoked off. There's the incendiary grenade coming out. Maybe stalling the push, but Skadoodle will find a pick from New Box. Yeaster has managed to make his way towards Barbecue, but Stewie should be able to hear this. There's a great flashbang. Ye coming forward. Has not found Stewie. And Scar, once again at New Box, finding more picks. This is really bad from compLexity. You can't be walking one-on-one into an AWP because Skadoodle will hit the shots any time of the day. And Peter, what are you doing? He's coming a little bit too late. There's nothing he can do. And, well, Android 23, last man left standing. Won't even be able to find anything. So very clean round from Cloud9, but I'd argue on the back of compLexity, like, what was that?
Look at that money. First round loss, and that's what their money's like. That just goes to show you the importance of retaining weapons and not losing extra guns to CZs while exiting the bomb site. Not
Absolutely.
throwing away that anti-eco against Rush. That's going to allow Cloud9 straight back into this game.
At least compLexity realized, all right, let's not force up. Let's just try to eco this one out. Let's try to do some damage. Anyone who's got money, well, only one person had money, which was going to be Android buying a Deagle. There's a Peter 50 and Peter as well. They're going for something very, very limited kind of investment, and they're just going to try and take some guns off Cloud9 to do damage to the economy. I don't think they'll win this round unless Android goes huge with the Deagle, or if they find a pick with Peter on an isolated Cloud9 player and take a rifle to continue the rampage. And well, they might be able to continue the rampage right now. Skadoodle missing an AWP shot, missing 2. They've retrieved an A4. Android still pushing forward. So many missed shots coming out from Skadoodle. Here it is. Here comes Automatic and Stewie 2K with the retrieval duties with the spray down from the rifles. It was looking very, very hairy, but in the end, the Asian duo managed to make it work out.
Stewie actually killed Scar there. So 5k for Stewie. Too easy.
Ace.
Ace. Not really an ace, but a 5k nonetheless.
A kind of a quasi-ace?
What?
That's a bicycle, if you're asking what that is. A moped, I think.
Okay.
I don't think a CT came here in it. I'm fairly certain it's one of the residents of Inferno, but imagine a CT coming up and rocking up into spawn with that. It's like all the other 4 players, or the other 4 CTs rocking up in APCs, just one guy in a moped. Say, sorry guys, I'm late. It's a bright orange moped.
I mean, he parked it in pit, so one of them showed up on it. Not really the same kind of bike. Anyway. Yeah, just spamming out Nana. compLexity, after those sort of spread out rounds in the first couple, are actually going to start 4-1-ing. Last round, they had 4 towards the Nana, and the contact play gets absolutely decimated by Skadoodle. This round, 4-1 towards mid. They're going to opt to slow it down a little bit more and actually swap out the players. They're going to leave Peter posted on Nana. He's just going to flash out, and it's going to be the mid push here from compLexity. Skadoodle, once again, shutting down the contact play without any issues.
So Scar hitting the shots when they're needed to try to bring Cloud9 the advantage. I mean, they was looking shaky in the previous round where Scar missed probably shots. Not the easiest shots to hit, but you expect Scar to be able to connect with them. And compLexity do have top mid control, but for how much longer? Because Automatic's coming in. He wants some action. There it is. He finds one. Spraying down. Can't connect on towards Android. A bit of a missed opportunity. Could have gotten 2 very easily. But he gets the information at the very least. And this should be an easy shutdown for Cloud9. A bit of a slow start, but now it's looking much better. There it is. Dink and a Dink for until 26 damage. Okay. He's going to shift low. Android, he doesn't care. Still pushing forward. They're in. And Peter actually takes down Skadoodle. So this round's become a little bit more alive. He falls in for Rush on the side. There it is. He's dropped the bomb carrier. And Peter has too many lines to check with AWP. Misses the shot. He's going to be caught out in the open. Rush is going to punish him for it. And another round in Cloud9's favor. They're losing a lot of guns, but they're still taking the rounds forward. Their money is pretty good, actually.
And compLexity's money's in the dumpster once again. Not really understanding the game plan coming out from them. The first couple of rounds, sure, you were spreading out and just sort of denying the aggression of Cloud9. And now you've switched to this completely different game style. You've done about 3 different strategies in the first 8 rounds. Different gun rounds. You're doing the 4-1 towards Nana that round. You go for the quick mid at a minute. where's the default coming out? Where's the fundamentals coming out of complexity? Because you can't just keep throwing these straight, you know, attack strats, these executes straight at Cloud9. Not really any executes coming out, to be honest.
Absolutely. I like describing it as, you know, the tasting platter. You don't want to always just be eating just plain cheese and crackers. You want to, you know, occasionally have, say, you know, crackers with some cabanossi, maybe with some different kinds of cheese. You can't just have the same thing. They're going to be pushing straight forward through jungle this time, so definitely at least changing things around with a single flashbang. Going to be working out well because they're taking out the offer, but automatic with the A4 is going to greet them with a spray down of bullets. He is going to finally collapse, and now Stewie's got some work to do. They are going to be committing towards the B bomb site, but Stewie's got the AK in hand and he's ready to do some more damage.
So a 3-on-2, they are stuck in Arch on the side of complexity. Going to be all up to A to do some work with the M4. Hopefully next gun round we see a little bit more of a well-rounded approach coming out from complexity. They're taking map control from Nana quite well. Slimy getting the information from Ye, but Ye's unable to capitalize and trade out Tarek. So
difficult position too.
Of course, yeah. But damage was done so that the Bink would have made it possible for Ye. He just doesn't hit the shot because people apparently don't hit shots. No. If he binked Tarek, he could have opened up the site because Slimy hit like a tiny P2 shot or something.
It's still a hard shot to connect. It wasn't like, you know, Tarek's head was watermelon sized at that position and it's an easy, you know, pixel lineup. That's one of the hardest shots to hit.
Complexity, they actually have been smoked and mollied out of Nana this round, so they won't be able to take control of it. And it looks like in response, they're just going to go for another fast strat up mid. There's actually only 2 C9 players in position here, so if this is going to work any of the rounds, it should be this one. And Cloud9 get a lot of damage over onto the complexity players, but none of them killed. That's a great molly as well. So good response from complexity. At least that round, when they did a fast strat, there was a reason for it.
Yep, and Stewie needs to be cautious because Peter's waiting at this line at jungle side. Looks like they're just going for exits for now. They're just covering off all the corners to make sure complexity aren't pushing forward before backing out. So Cloud9 just going to be saving, looking to do damage to complexity's economy, which is the correct decision. But complexity, yeah, it can't really exit like that. You got to back out. Stewie might be caught out by Peter, though. There's no backup right now. It's tiny things that they need to nail down and make sure that they're correct. And they're exiting through apartments. More damage done. Yaster might lose his life, but that's about it.
I don't know why they're giving away so many guns again. Like, they're not damaging the economy of Cloud9 that much. Cloud9's got plenty of money moving forward. Oh, no, they're starting to get a little bit lower, but still decent money at least. I'd say Complexity's money is a little bit more important to keep a hold of because they're suffering a little bit more. But either way, this will be a pretty important round, economically speaking, for both teams. I have to say, it's a bit of a fundamental misplay in terms of the positioning of the CTs in that round. You're doing 3 aggressive towards Banana and you have a double dig setup. Like, fine, sure, you can do the double dig setup, right? But if you're not falling back from that position to pit and site when you've only got 2 people defending the bomb site, you're not using the utility to stall for time when you've only got, you know, a 2-on-5. You're just taking the fights at dig. What can you really expect to happen? They tried to use the utility to stop Complexity pushing up through Boiler and brackets and just didn't work out very well.
There's a flashbang. Skadoodle won't be able to connect anything through the wall, so Complexity just take top 9 control once again. Just wait for the utility to burn away from Cloud9, but 3 stacked up close towards the top mid control. Complexity have time to work with, but what are they going to do? Can't just dilly-dally around and wait for Cloud9 to make a mistake because Cloud9 set themselves up in a position where they need to be pushed for there to be any mistakes. And Automatic once again coming close. This is where Automatic loves working around the edge of the smoke. Such a smart player. What are Complexity going to do in response? There it is. Look at that. Automatic gets 1, gets 2. Can he get the 3rd? Almost gets the 3rd. Where's the trade coming in from Diggity? Not to be found because Android 23 is on 1 HP. You don't need to be on any HP whatsoever if you're an Android.
Yeah, he's been absolutely on point in this game, and he's created so much pressure, but Skadoodle, he's been holding like a rock so far on this B-bomb site, and it's not really changing at the moment. Stewie, no smoke on the side of Complexity, so he's going to get taken out by Android, who continues
He's on 1 HP. This guy's playing so confident on 1 HP. It's ridiculous. And now Peter's joining the party. That's a huge turnaround. And Android, he doesn't really... you never see Android going insanely huge, I feel like, for complexity, but every single kill he gets, I feel like, has insane impact. And all those kills at top mid, and now towards Nana, huge impact. Now it's down towards a 1-on-1, 1 HP. If Android can complete this, what a dream. Tarek's just going to stick the defuse behind the smoke, and Android, oh, this is such a shame for him to go down. He will be able to just get the headshot in time. 1 HP Warrior. What a clutch coming out from Android 23. That is huge for complexity.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Getting 2 on Dig there after Automatic gets them the early advantage. Gets 2 for 1, which is pretty much what you want from Cloud9, but Android pretty much carries complexity.
Just turns around, takes down Rush, then kills Stewie on the entry.
And he's put Cloud9 on an eco with that play.
Yeah.
1 HP. Pretty much turns the entire half around. Makes it more of a 10-5 half for complexity as opposed to a, 8-7.
That was a big round.
That was a huge round, and although he does get a little bit lucky at the end there, he was strafing and spraying towards the smoke, and he hits the RNG headshot. Instead of 4 shots, he hits the 1. And I don't know what the percentages of that, but would have been, but probably not that great. But still a big play.
Still reckon, though, 3 shots like that beforehand, that's not luck, that's skill.
Oh, of course.
So, I mean, yeah, sure, you get lucky a little bit at the time, but you still need the skill to capitalize. Android did, and now complexity in a really good position to kind of close out this half in their favor. Needs to be cautious of not walking to this pistol stack, though, because there's 3 people towards top mid. Slemmy will get the first one, so there it is. Danger not navigated just yet, because 3 for 3 across the board. These pistols always become more tighter than they should, and now we have automatic USP. He actually retrieved an AK-47. He's liable to do some more damage. He's going to make his way in towards apartments.
We're all good, chick. We've got Android and Peter alive.
Yeah, the 2 clutch meisters, or not clutch meisters, but players who've been playing relatively well from complexity so far. And Stewie's coming ever so close. Automatic crawling out through the smoke. He's going to be punished for it. Stewie knows where Android is, but doesn't know where Peter is, so he's just dancing around, and Peter will finally...
He's so clued on, this Android bloke.
Yeah.
He's just hitting all the shots, mate.
Hitting the shots he needs to.
He's hitting the shots he doesn't need to as well.
But, I mean... He's top fragging at this game, but in my mind it feels like he's just doing the same job, getting the high impact kills. That's Android's job, getting high impact kills, which is why sometimes you don't see him as the top fragger. But he always has impact.
A lot of nades over towards B, and they're going to send Def with the ump up here. Why has Slemmy got a Mac 10 in the gun round? These are the questions that we do need answered. No, they
don't. Mac 10's the best gun in the game.
It looked like they were pretty much running effectively an anti-eco in that round. They quad naded the top banana and then rushed up there with SMGs, and they were like, wait a second, Cloud9's got guns. So, I mean, that's the only explanation I have for that one. It has worked out decently there, and they have actually sent Slamdog up mid into brackets, and then up Boiler and out the balcony again. A
double pump in towards Nana, I like it, because it actually forces Automatic to be back in towards CT spawn.
Oh, they're not taking advantage of the timing, though.
Well, brief window of timing. Now, it's gone. They can still take the B site, though, but it's going to be infinitely more difficult with both Stewie as well as Automatic here in a single flashbang. They're making a contact play. Dep. Is he coming out? There it is. Their smoke just blooms just in time. They know he's towards first box, and there it is. There's a trade finally from Android. But where is everyone else from complexity? Coming in just a little bit late. They can still get the bomb plant down. Peter's got the AWP and he's healthy. Slemmy with a Mac 10. Great gun.
Where's the execution from complexity, though? Like, these contact plays are just not cutting it. They're losing people right and left on the entry into the bomb site to positions that should be accounted for.
Oh, this is... Unless Peter goes huge. Oh, no. Misses the shot.
That's a classic Peter miss right there.
Hits the hard ones. The softest one, it just goes missing, unfortunately. But that was a very difficult situation for him to be in regardless. 5-8. Cloud9 take 4 guns through. That's big. Complexity should have enough to buy up in this next round, but they want to... Oh. Actually, the money doesn't look too particularly impressive. They can still get the all up on towards Peter. The question is, will they? And the answer is no, they won't. They will go for AKs and UMPs. They understand that Cloud9's economy is shaky at best. A double op setup. Where are complexity going to go? Full set of utility. They can take their time, just missing a lot of firepower. It's going to take a little bit, but 3 UMPs instead of 3 AKs, that's a lot of firepower gone missing.
Look at all that nade damage onto Stewie. Boost comes out and Def instantly punishes it. It's a
He's
great job from
aware.
Cole.
And Automatic has left everything behind. I think he was trying to get the AWP out of there. He will still be able to get it. Automatic, is he an AWPer? And the answer is no, not really. Okay, he gets one. Complexity, what are you doing? You got to push to punish it. You can't just lose one member like that. Now Rush is pushing in. And, well, he might be able to find the timing. He finds one. Doesn't find the second. Unfortunate.
Tarek punishing Android there up in the apartments. Android almost gets the better of him, but not quite. Another key round for both teams in terms of economy. And it's not really working out too well for Complexity at the moment. Have got a couple of grenades left, and they are actually making the right call in this situation. But Def's potentially going to walk straight into the line of Automatic. Ooh, nice shoulder from him there.
Automatic, just going to go back towards Coffins and try to delay as long as possible. But there's the Molotov instantly to deny him from pushing out and denying the bomb plant. So back on towards the 2-on-3 retake. Skadoodle should be aware that this is the potential for them to be on the first oranges. Automatic will get punished, but Skadoodle better with the AWP. So retake once again in the favor of Cloud9, and this is in the favor of Cloud9 to make it into a 7-8 half now. So Complexity, brief window of opportunity to try to win the half outright by a 10-5 scoreline. It's kind of gone awry for them, but Cloud9 definitely have made this work with a double up setup. No?
Imagine if Android didn't win that round.
Yeah, exactly.
For Complexity, this would be a terrible turnaround.
Terrible
turnaround, because they got a 5-0 start.
True.
And they've got, what, they're 3-6 against Cloud9 since the 5-0. And one of that was an absolutely massive round from Android that put Cloud9 on the Nico. Contextually speaking, that's not too impressive, honestly.
True that.
Alright. Glad
not like, Peely's just shaking his head. It's like...
So anyway, scoreline does not reflect the way that the game is moving in terms of momentum. Cloud9 are really coming back into this one after Cole had a good start. See if Complexity does anything nice in this round. They got the bomb plant, which is going to afford them better weaponry and utility than they might have had previously.
No, it's the exact same. They have less utility compared to
better
before.
than they would have had if they didn't get the bomb plant.
True.
Is what I meant. Stewie once again aggressive.
He's at the edge of the smoke. Oh.
Alright.
Alright. Peter goes in, goes out. Stewie lining up for the wall bang. Won't be able to connect any shots just yet. And Complexity just going to back out on Nana. So that's the strength of the aggressive Nana control. If Complexity don't push any further forward, Cloud9 can still take control of B site, and they're allowed a lot of members on the A-bomb side to kind of just shut down this A site take. And Rush and Tarek starting off the party pretty well. Pushing through an Incendiary grenade, I don't particularly like this. Slummy still managed to find one of the UMP before being traded out, and nope, all down towards a 1-3. Why is Peter in library?
Why not?
Why not?
He
Knife?
misses these.
Knife? 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 Big play. That's good trigger discipline coming out, because that's now forced it back down towards a 1-1. He's going to go with the M4 instead. 9 bullets in the clip and Automatic. Well, he doesn't miss many shots from the A4, so maybe Peter was better off with the AWP. But an 8-7 half, just barely in the lead of Complexity. But as you stated, momentum firmly in the favor of Cloud9.
Yeah, we should see them close this one away on the T side. They've got at least a decent T side. We're going to have to see some good stuff from Complexity. I would say that, you know, Android really stepped up on that T side towards the middle of the rounds after that 5-0 start. But if they don't have more individual plays, Cloud9 should just run away with it.
All right. Once again, jumping in towards the halftime break. We'll be back in 1.5 minutes for the second half. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone. Welcome back once again. It is your boy Mitch and just Kevin at the halftime break between Cloud9 and compLexity. I had to leave that break. It was pretty good. Are you tilted again?
No, I'm all good.
Okay. Yes. Didn't tilt Pilly for once.
Yeah, I'm developing thicker skin. I think those odds are fairly accurate, to be honest. I mean, in terms of like compLexity being ahead, it's a bit of I would say like fool's gold in a way. You think they're doing a lot better than they actually are. We'll see which way the pistol goes, although it's not really going to matter too much as the scorelines are quite close. Plenty of opportunities for Cloud9 to potentially make mistakes and recover from it, and plenty of opportunities for compLexity to get themselves into the game.
Absolutely. So it's still a very open game for both sides, but as you said earlier, Pilly, that the momentum is going to be in the side of Cloud9 for now. But as we know for Counter-Strike, it's a fickle game. Momentum can switch from a single play.
Yep.
Not as much as if it was a LAN game, but online games, momentum still do shift.
Yep. And pauses as well.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep.
I like how we just break down an analysis of that. But you still believe that Cloud9 will be able to clean it out with a pretty convincing victory at the end of the day?
Really, I don't see like Android just getting a 4K
every round.
Every round.
Yep.
And he didn't get a 4K every round, which is why Cloud9's got 7.
Cloud9 stepped it up towards the end as well, though, where their players started playing individually better, and I think compLexity started losing a couple ideas on what to do.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't start out with any great ideas, to be honest, Kev. They were just running at Cloud9 fairly quickly. You know, they would 20, 30 seconds, bit of nana pressure, and then run up mid. Cloud9 doing their best compLexity impression, running up mid.
Yeah,
works out beautifully.
Very well, because they get 2 opening picks, and there's still 1 towards library, and then Stuart's just going to, hello, here's another Glock kill for me, and he's going to peek out again and go, hello, here's another Glock kill. Okay, no, this time around, definitely. With the USP, just a little bit too strong, and Yay is just going, no.
I love every time he jumps, I just picture that he goes, yay.
Yay. Well, there's something for him to cheer about, 1 kill, and now being pincered from both sides of Cloud9. I mean, that's never a fun position to be in when people are just charging at you willy-nilly. He's still pushing forward and giving a good crack at it. Does manage to dink rush to the edge of the wall, and still charging in. Oh, he's running out of bullets. Going in for the knife. Not going to work out this time, unfortunately. No fun for Yay. Cloud9 draw the score equal by winning the pistol round, and should be able to lose, I think, one of these rounds, because it's never a Cloud9 anti-eco round without losing it against pushing top mid and losing against pistols. It's never a Cloud9 Inferno game if it doesn't
Still
happen.
remember that game where they lost, like, what? I think it was like 3 in one game and 2 in one half. And did they win? I don't remember. Or did
still never as bad as Renegades. Let's be realistic.
Was that 5 in one game? That was
Yeah,
a great
5 in one game. It was pretty
Ghost.
horrendous. And actually, the pistol's doing work so far until Skadoodle comes in. It's going to be favourable ultimately for Cloud9, but Andrew is still alive. He's retrieved to Galil as well, but he's just going to opt to stay with the CZ. Doesn't matter because automatic finds the head.
3 kills is pretty much as good as you'd hope for from compLexity.
You know, at least it was rewarded with a few kills. It wasn't just a nothing round.
If Peter can grab himself like a kill with his P2000 in this round, it's really going to help him in buying an
P2K, isn't it? That's not a P250.
Yeah, P2000.
Oh, true that. You did say that. What is wrong with me?
I don't know. I always ask myself that. I think about it when you're not.
Why do you say P2000? It's P2K.
Do you say 2K17?
No.
You're just one of those people?
No. It's compLexity going to be coming back into Nana to meet the slaughter of Cloud9.
Tarek's killing his teammate. Does not care.
It's payback for earlier.
Peter gonna grab himself an AWP. If he did secure that, stop that. That P2K kill, he would have been able to get himself probably body armor and a flash, but this time doesn't go for it because he doesn't have the money. So it will be a glass cannon with a couple of grenades. Pretty limited money here for compLexity, means that they won't be able to buy themselves any Molotov. That means Nana aggression is a no-no. And Cloud9 going to be playing this pretty passively.
Just waiting for compLexity to make the first move. They know that. Did you just laugh at the new landing sounds?
No, he jumps up and he just literally clocks his head on the roof as he goes over to the balcony. It just reminded me of that Vine where the guy like jumps and hits his head on the door.
Yeah, I think I remember which one it is. But the guy's sprinting and he jumps, he just gets absolutely railed and just flies backwards. Is that the one you're thinking about?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Every time that happens, that's just what I think of. These are the things that go on in my mind.
Def peeks on the back of a flashbang and connects some shots to do damage onto Rush, but can't find the kill, unfortunately. And now Cloud9 taking top mid control with a barrage of smokes and flashbangs. Just going to be maybe leaving 2 members there and start floating back towards the B bomb site. And that's going to be automatic, looking to do the lurk roll. Rest of compLexity actually starting to move more members into CT. They're actually abandoning the A side effectively, and Depth actually pushing out. We'll find the kill towards Tarek and automatic. That's big. Coming out from Depth. That's what you need. A member of compLexity stepping up on the first biome round for the CT side. Don't have the utility. Somehow you just got to use your body and gun. Now pushing in. Won't be able to find anyone in apps, but might be able to find this towards mid. He spot out Stewie. He's going to spray it down, and we'll get the kill onto Stewie. Huge work coming out from Depth. Will we be able to catch out Rush? No, he will not. Rush has been waiting the entire time. Slimmy barely misses a timing window on towards Skadoodle, but Rush coming forward. Will be sprayed down by the Slim Dog. Now it's all down towards Skadoodle. 1 on 4, doesn't have the AWP, and Peter does have an AWP, but good headshot coming out from Scar. 3 members coming in. Can't be presenting them any more opportunities, and they do manage to clean up with 3 guns up. That's good for compLexity, but Cloud9 still get the bomb plant down, so they should be able to buy in the next one.
Saw the power of just taking control of brackets there from Cloud9. As soon as they took control of it, about 10 seconds went past, and then 2 of the compLexity players just pulled out their knives and started sprinting to B. Now, that has nothing to do with anything that happened on B. Like, both of the compLexity players, we see them playing safe in the bomb sites. They have got no information whatsoever. So, just taking that brackets control and then nothing happening for a couple of seconds causes a quick rotation from compLexity, anticipating a B hit when nothing has really happened.
And that, arguably, if Def didn't get those 3 kills...
Yeah, it would have been a C9 round for sure. The individual play, Bale's call out. They were fully over-rotating there.
I know, I wouldn't have said for sure as Peter. Ooh, nice flick, but Slemmy does, I guess, cop the ultimate price where it was a boost used over the smoke. 1 for 1, ultimately. HP slightly in the favor of Cloud9, given that Peter did take damage from an HE grenade earlier. But still, things are relatively even for now until Cloud9 resume that top mid control. That's when things are going to start getting a little bit more hairy for compLexity.
Yeah, he's just going to deploy the smoke towards the top banana after being pressured a little bit. So, utility has run dry here from compLexity on the CT side. Cloud9 with a decent amount of map control, but Def, once again, being the thought in their side, pretty much by himself, maintaining a really important amount of map control for compLexity.
But this is where the early pick is so important, because compLexity are forced to, have one person rotate across. That's going to be Android. Where is he going to go? And he's committed to the A site when the smokes are bloomed B. Yay has a lot of work to do right now. He's probably called there smokes, but there's no flashbangs for the hit yet. There it is. There's a smoke. There's a flashbangs. There's going to be a B-side hit, and Yay has to go huge right now. There it is. First kill. Just needs to stay alive. That is a big second pick. Just needs to dance around right now. Scar missing the first shot. Oh, Yay gets 3. This is huge for Yay. Kizzy gets all 4 onto the B-bomb site. That is big. Yay.
And if he doesn't have an AK in that situation, I doubt he gets that many.
Yeah, absolutely.
The amount of first bullet headshots he hit from that position was insane.
It's just good composure. And those are the rounds which slowly start turning it back in the flavor of compLexity. 1 slog round at a time. And they just got to all keep up the good work at the moment. They've got the confidence. The momentum has shifted back in the sails of the compLexity ship. They're just got to continue the good work right now. It's a single flashbang. No flashbangs at all. They're just going to be throwing bodies to try to take control of the position on the map.
Smoke deployed to the bottom of Nana. No armor on the side of Cloud9, so although I was pretty skeptical of what compLexity could do, turns out that their CT side is pretty good on this map.
A little bit of luck, a little bit of skill. As, yeah, that's not... I don't think Android should have been in that position because he's granted an AK-47 over and the jungle position. You see Peter's now going to have to be stuck towards new box and just training his line down towards CT. Yay doesn't know where the bomb is. The bomb is still stuck in balcony for now. And maybe they'll be able to get the wraparound because they're not expecting the bomb to be coming out right now. well. There it is. Slemmy will be able to take down the bomb carrier, though. Automatic, though, finds another pick with the P250. Now Ye is joining in the party once again with the AK-47. Slammy spots out Skadoodle.
Bomb being dropped just completely changes the dynamic. You see the CTs trying to run up and take Brackets control off the Ts. Automatic's just been an absolute pest from Library in this round. Let's see if he's able to do anything else. It's just him and Scar. They've both got guns but no armor. Skadoodle almost takes out Peter trying to push up mid there, and it's all up to Yaster in this side. That gun barrel just going to be the end of him. Gives himself an unfavorable situation going up against Automatic there, who easily sees him first. There's just some angles in CSGO that work out like that, but you can never be sure when you're playing them unless you've been a victim of it before. Peter probably has very little chance in this round. He's retaking with an ult, 24 HP and no kit.
Save. That's a good decision. That is a soft round that you don't want to be losing for complexity. They just do such good work and they just toss it out the window.
Is this the second anti-eco they've lost this game?
I think so.
I think they lost one in the last half as well.
Android gets overwhelmed and it just becomes so scrappy there, and they lose against. Oh, look at that! Automatic and Scar don't even have body armor. That's just like that's Glock's
that
basic
was a full
pistols.
save, mate. That was all P250s.
It's not a full save. That was calculated by the Peanut Brain to be a victory, and well, that's put Cloud9 back in the victory. This is a replay from Gay earlier, and this is what you were talking about, the AK being so critical in terms of these headshots.
He hit headshot every time, like all 4 were headshots. If that was an M4, he doesn't get. He probably maybe gets 1 or 2.
Yeah, 2 if he's lucky, 3 insanely lucky, but makes it work out the AK-47. Look at that complexity are forcing up into this round in the back of the saved AWP.
And that's why M4s are not one-shot kills.
Why?
Because it would be broken. That would happen all the time.
Okay, fair enough. It's nothing more frustrating than seeing a dink and it's like, yes, I got this guy, and it's like, bull, yeah, where's your head at?
Yeah, people think M4 should be one-shot kills in this game. That's a really good example of why the hell it shouldn't be.
It should be, everything requires 20 bullets to kill someone.
Yeah? Everyone plays with a Bison.
Yeah. Everyone has like that heavy body armor. And everyone has Bisons. High octane action Counter-Strike.
Sumo Counter-Strike.
It's just literally
Sumo Strike.
people slapping each other with a wet fish until one eventually collapses or dies of boredom.
Well, let's not talk about how you spend your weekends.
What? Running around with a Bison? Full of joy, holding down Mouse 1 as Cloud9 not necessarily holding down W and Mouse 1, but they have managed to take this top mid control.
Brackets control. Once again, shifting the rotations of complexity a huge amount, and Slemmy calculated. Automatic both on the T and the CT side.
Why are they hard rotating to the B bomb side?
It's the brackets control, mate. And it's just a sign of an inexperienced team, to be honest. Nothing's happened in the round to cause this to like guarantee this rotation.
Somehow it works out because Peter just rails two people with AWP and Slemmy finds another one.
It works out because Slemmy wins the aim duels and then there's no moto smoke. In any other situation, it doesn't work out. That's just not meant to happen, right?
Peter hits two nice shots.
Of course, yeah.
Of course.
It shouldn't have worked out like that, obviously. And Complexity's like reaction to this brackets control is pretty ridiculous. Like,
let's go back
they're not even leaving one in sight or one in pit. Like, it's literally a double or triple rotation. They're like, they got brackets and we don't have control of Nana.
It's like
here's what you do. Most teams, let's just flash and check Nana. Maybe they're at B. We'll just flash. It's fairly low risk. Complexity, everyone get to B now. Slemmy's just like, get to B.
It's the B boys. We don't dog the boys. Rule number 2. It somehow worked out for them. I just don't understand how. It's just been the most ridiculous thing.
They're just winning aim duels, and a couple of small things are being the decisions of the rounds, like Complexity, the individual players of Ye and Def, getting them the first couple gun rounds, and then after that, you know, a couple of aim duels going the way of Cole, and also just lack of utility used properly by Cloud9 or circumstantial. Automatic almost dying to death there. There he goes. Alright, trying to freight out. Looks pretty pathetic trying to pick that angle. Stewie does actually trade the kill, but 2 for 1's not too bad. Slemmy gets nothing done, so that's going to pretty much mean that Cloud9 have a really good chance of taking this round, but they have very little utility. Android and Ye's got a little bit to work with, and this boost is going to potentially grab them a pick, but...
Comes in a little bit too late to notice Skidoodle as well as Stewie on the transition towards Pit and Graveyard, respectively. You know, what are compLexity going to do? Yeah, it's just going to take a little bit of extra time just to make sure the flank sector is clear before going in. I think Peter suspects that Scar is going to be in Graveyard. You can see it already, Molotov into Graveyard, pushing him out. So, yeah, might have spotted him on the cross. Stewie now coming out. They know where Stewie is, one-on-one, and Android 23 stepping up once again. Someone call this man Android X24 because that's the next version.
Not only did he kill 2 Ts, but I'm pretty sure he actually dinked Ye running in there, so... hitting every head that appears on his screen.
Fair enough. Tactical pause coming out for Cloud9, and this is where it's starting to get a little bit scary for both sides. I mean, Cloud9 being able to get on these bomb sites, but when it comes to the buy round, something's just been going just strange for them.
They're getting so much money as well, because they keep getting these bomb plants.
With pistols doing damage.
It makes sense that it's getting a bit scrappy, but what hasn't made sense is how these rounds are playing out. Like, it's just weird CS.
Perplexing, bamboozling Counter-Strike.
It's so complex that I can't understand it.
We're just mere, you know, fidget spinner commentators. These guys are playing 300 IQ chess when Counter-Strike's not even a chess game.
Save comes out for C9.
It's like a chess game if the knight could suddenly move 20 squares in one move. You had to roll a dice, and the next one, it just kills itself because it's that bad. That would be the chess game that CSGO would be if it was on the chessboard.
Yeah, and Android would be the knight that moves 20 spaces.
So far in this game, he's been performing admirably well for compLexity. I mean, other members have been stepping it up when they've needed to do so. And Cloud9, now they need to fire up. They're coming straight towards the B-bomb site. It's going to be a faster take. Where are the players? So Ye is probably boosted up at the stage. There's the smoke. Where are the flashbangs? 2 flashbangs coming in high. There's the Incendiary Grenade. Not going to torch them that much. Ye-Star's going to fall down. Smoke balloons just before, but where are the kills? No kills going on. A lot of damage. Incendiary Grenade to stop the default plant. That's a good Incendiary Grenade, or is it not? It hasn't gone far enough. Rush. Oh my goodness.
Someone throw an HE nade, for God's sake.
Dunk it in. Where is it, Depp? Throw it. Just do it. Alright, this should be a cleanup for compLexity. Won't lose any guns in here. So a lot of damage done. Has nullified the threat. Pretty good cleanup for the rest of the members of compLexity. And even though Cloud9 get the bomb plant down, they have rounds and money to play with. So do Cloud9.
So do compLexity.
But so do compLexity.
Tactical pause for Cloud9. How many of these are they allowed? 15?
I don't know. It felt like a lot of pauses, that's for certain.
Alright, so getting that bomb plant is definitely going to aid their...
Why can't you just buy one of those as like a CT and just fire it down mid? It's there. Like, why not use it?
As a T?
Well, as a T, yeah. Either way, it's like, as a T, it's like you don't have to worry about the inventory afterwards and doing all the creative accounting because you don't have to worry about the stuff. You're a terrorist. But for a counter-terrorist, you know, I can kind of understand why. It's the amount of paperwork that you have to do, probably not worth the hassle.
Yeah. For terrorists, they don't really care. Maybe they just care about the depreciation on the missile. They just want to use it ASAP. So it doesn't lose any more value. We're only getting poorer. Skadoodle. That bomb plant's going to allow him to grab himself an AWP, and everyone else has got utility. Best buy you could hope for. Please, no more weird rounds. Something that makes sense. Thanks, Pilly.
So we're going to see Cloud9 take top mid control later on in this game, and then we're going to see all of compLexity rotate towards the B-bomb site and somehow still win the game. And then Slemmy comes out with a 5-7 and just takes down 2 people, but he can't do it with an A4.
Slemmy just gets really triggered when they take brackets.
Go B! Go B! But they're in brackets. Doesn't matter. Go B! Maybe it'll work out this time around because there actually are more... There's some more presence towards B side this time, but Cloud9, it's too early for them to make a move. They can still suss things out. Poke here,
they've left the bomb at T stairs. It's a minute to go. It's got to be one of these rounds, Kevin.
Oh, no. I'm just getting flashbacks to Cornerstone where they leave the bomb behind.
None of them's even budging. They don't care. They're going for it, mate. last 30 second
Oh
execute.
no. In the
Who's
last
gonna
20
get the
seconds,
bomb?
they're going to hit on the B. No,
No
they're
one's touching it.
they're going to hit the site. They're going to kill everyone on the A bomb site because they're going to go rotate towards B, and then they leave the bomb behind. Okay, finally someone's gone to get it. That's going to... No. Oh, no. Someone, please. Please. Go back. There we are. Who's coming back for it? There we are. Oh.
Automatic gets the entry up brackets. He's been so good in this jungle area on both the CT and the T side. So
Is the bomb going to get here in time? It will.
Oh, complexity. You either over-rotate or you don't rotate at all.
Yep. We're not going to rotate this time around. They're stuck on the site. Slemmy still managing to get a kill alongside with Def. And all Slemmy almost keeping it competitive enough to try to bring the numbers back.
It doesn't matter, mate. Like, they're too far away, the B players. They've got flashbangs in their hands. Maybe, boys, use that one to check banana. Like, if you're getting attacked at banana. Because you got two people on either bomb site and automatic grabs himself a kill in archers, you kind of need to know what's actually going on.
You mean we can't just... Oh, that's why they couldn't rotate towards CT this time, because they lost jungle control. I see.
I think that the way that it is Slemmy's just got a quarter on his desk, and he flips it every time something, like, when it gets to a minute, he flips
Go
it.
big, go hey.
Either two things happen. Either you don't rotate, or everyone rotates. Heads or tails.
Call it in the air. Alright, tactical pause. This should be from compLexity.
Looks like they're buying up, so they got money to work with.
Yeah, they should have enough money to have a very, very good buy in this one. For others for the next round, I don't know. Cloud9 keeping, I believe it is 3 guns up.
This
complexity
camera angle.
keeping 2.
Oof. This smooth.
It's not that smooth. It feels a little bit rough, to be honest. I have a word with MC after this. I'm feeling a little bit nauseous.
This is like, after I give myself a bit of a shave.
Oh, my eyes! It's like a time once where I felt like I got flashbanged. It was not nice. I was like in a dark room, and then I turned on some like bright glowing lights on one of the spinners, and I just blinded myself for a long time. I'm just like flashbang, flashbang. My eyes, I can't see.
Wouldn't affect you as much as it might affect me, Kev.
Probably not. You turn away from it. I just feel like, oh, what are these? What's this? Boom. I can't see. Can't see. All right, so compLexity have managed to make that full buy. 4 M4s. Peter's taking a lot of damage early on. Although it's a critical round for both sides. This is so crucial for compLexity to close it out. Cloud9, they're just an inch away from, I feel like, breaking compLexity's economy and taking this half for their own. Still too early to say whether or not we're going to go in towards overtime. And Skadoodles is making his way up Nana. Game has been quite close. And Def, what are you doing, mate? You can't just solo push in this situation like that.
I think we're seeing what happens when the individual plays of compLexity aren't effective or don't happen.
Yeah.
Like now they're losing the aim duels, and
There's
turns out they're real CT side when they don't get picks everywhere and one person doesn't 3k like Peter's doing now. It's not that great.
And Android, this is up to him to step up now towards the new box area. There are 2 Molotovs ready for Cloud9 to work with. And there's going to be a Molotov towards the new box. Doodle. No, it's going to be Stewie actually with the AK-47 opening it up. And what are you going to do now, compLexity? I've got a feeling they're just going to save again.
Yeah.
Slemmy's on 8, Peter's on 57. You're not going to be able to get your way into the B bomb site. If Android was able to get maybe a pick or 2, maybe. It's a big maybe.
Alright.
Score's tied 13 apiece, and we might see another tactical pause coming ahead.
Probably will, and it's going to be a bit of a crappy buy-in from compLexity.
I have to take a look at their money, I guess. Yep. 2 rounds lost.
Yeah.
You might as well just go for pistols. On the back of the AWP and the M4, don't overly invest too much. You don't want to be putting all your eggs in one basket.
Honestly, I would probably say if you could give Cloud9 14, you're giving yourself, instead of 2 bad gun rounds,
well,
giving
that's what I
yourself
mean. Just buy basic pistols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant buy pistols and force buy.
No. Don't force buy. Buy
Don't force
basic
buy.
pistols. Don't buy armor. Do not be the turtle. Be the slug. It's really.
I don't know what the hell that means.
That's a terrible analogy, eh? Like body armor's on. No, they just bought body armor.
It's probably got money for it. Relax, man.
Maybe, but even then, you want to be having that greatest of buys coming in towards the I can't even count the rounds. 28th round. You want the greatest of buys.
But what about the small chance that the armor gives you to win this round, Kevin? What if they win this one? That'd be sick.
They'll be sick indeed, but you want to be banking on the sure bets, not on the non-sure bets.
I don't know. I don't think that's Slemmy's style.
I think that is Slammy style,
Loves
dude.
to flip the quarter, at least in this match.
Oh!
Ooh, yay
One
style.
dig! But Rush at the other side will take down Dep playing aggressive in up, so no more
Yeah,
one
Def,
digs.
look, mate. Take your finger off W for a bit. It's not working out anymore. Tarek is going to get himself 2 and pretty much secure Cloud9 the round.
Yeah.
Here's the
And
question
should be
for you,
another
Kevin.
save for Peter and Slammy. Just save it.
Here's another question for you.
Yeah?
Okay? It's a very important one.
Okay.
From now on, since most of, the top teams in NA all message you for advice on strategy.
They
and
don't. Okay, but...
But who would you advise Cloud9's needs? They need to dedicate someone to take the bomb, basically. From now on, no more leaving it behind.
Who'd I give it towards?
Who do you give the bomb to?
That's a good question.
Someone needs to take it, mate.
I'd probably give it because all of them entry. So normally you'd figure out one person who'd be, the bomb carrier, right?
I mean, with Tarek, I don't know if Tarek's still IGLing, but with Tarek IGLing, he seems like the kind of guy that at about a minute, they still haven't decided who's entering yet.
Yeah, that's the problem because I feel like probably the best decision is to give it to automatic. If he's not lurking, like on the opposite side of the map, give it to automatic because automatic's generally your second or third in.
But he's been entering up at jungle this game.
Yeah, that's the problem.
round.
Like every single one of these guys are entry fraggers. Like that's the opposite of the problem that most teams have, where most teams they have too many lurkers and not enough entry. These guys have too many entries and not enough lurkers.
Yeah.
Not enough third or second ins. That's the problem. So you're meant to give it to the second or third in, right? But who in this situation? Because that one round, it's going to be Tarek that's first in. The other round's going to be Rush that's first in. The other than Stewie. And then Scar's going to join in the party. That's probably why the bomb's left really far behind. Because everyone doesn't want to really lose it, but at the same time, they have lost it because no one wants to take it.
So, in this round, looks like Cloud9's just going to go for the A push. Automatic was lining up the smoke towards jungle there, but doesn't throw it. Apps control obtained by Cloud9. Will this work out? We do have Peter in jungle who may get locked behind a Moto smoke, so it's going to be up to Def in a bit of an awkward position, and as well as Slemmy. It's up to them to hold this push. 55 seconds coming in, and no info obtained at B. Out comes the rotation.
Yeah, B-side guys are now rotating across, and Tarek completely blinded out. Surely has to lose that to Slemmy eventually. Rush will be able to get the trade, but Peter coming forward, 1-for-1. There it is, Def being boosted up, gets another one. Scar, her transition is line. Def falls down, and Yaestar manages to capitalize on the brief window of opportunity. Now Rush caught out with Molotov in hand. compLexity changes the setup a little bit, go 1-for-1, and that's exactly what it did. No more silly, aggressive, let's hold W and mouse one, hope for the best. Depth from compLexity. It's the depth. Let's hold a smart angle and utilize my aim well so I get 2 kills in the round and take a critical round for my team depth. That's good to see.
Why did Cloud9 do that?
Do what?
Why did they go for that push? What's been working for them so far, Kev?
Top mid control?
Top mid control, map control, sort of a slower game style.
Maybe they think they could throw off compLexity. Throw up the dice, change it up a little bit, keep it spicy. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too spicy. It's like sometimes where you want a little bit of spice in your food and you go, just a little bit of spice, and then it's too spicy. Yeah, that. But now Cloud9, just making contact play through apartments, gets 1-for-1 once again. Slammy just caught in the middle of nowhere, still managed to get a kill before being traded out. And now it's up to Ye to kind of make it work out. And there it is, a peek out, a 1-for-1 once again. Trade for trade for trade for trade for trade for trade.
Tarek's just lurking up here in this jungle area. Peter coming up mid. Android's not checking the angles, so that's going to be the end of him. Peter in mid. Hasn't been checked yet, so they're not sure of his position.
Oh,
but
they
he's
have
trying
to know he's
retake.
coming in through mid, surely.
No, they don't, because Tarek hasn't seen him. Now he's going to get checked. That's... Oh, an okay shot from Tarek.
Isn't it alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Decent.
Yeah, okay.
Strafing through the
All
side
right,
of the wall.
this is the fear right now where Cloud9 are going to go top mid in compLexity, have 3 pistols waiting for them. Final round of regulation time. Cloud9 can either win it or bring it back in, or compLexity can bring it back into overtime.
Yeah. I mean, compLexity has pretty bad economy. Please God, Cloud9 do not go for another one of those mid pushes. They did it 2 rounds in a row. The first round, it worked out horribly for them. with a bit of hesitation. The second round, they go a little bit faster on the contact play and it works out. But I just don't understand why they're doing it in the first place, Kev. This is what's been so successful this entire half. And then that in the most critical round, they switch away from what's working and they start to just try to shove players down complexity's throat and give them the aim duels. And Yaster and Def go, hey man, my aim's pretty good. Turns out when you're running into my crosshair, things get a little bit easier for me.
And Complexity is still playing very aggressive towards top Nana. This is absolutely critical for Complexity to win this duel right now. Slemmy's managed to find himself an AK-47. Automatic. He's going to throw the Molotov towards sandbags, but Slemmy's just going to back out. And he goes, you know what, Automatic, you can have top Nana control. Well, he won't say, all right, Automatic. He'll say, all right, Cloud9.
Look at Dig, look at Dig. They've taken brackets control. They should know exactly what's going on. They're clearing out apps. Where's the rotation, though? You've got all the information, boys. You've got the info when you're playing double in Boiler. Slemmy boosted up in a pretty good position here, makes good work of it, takes the 1-for-1. Two players charging down mid here, but Yacer's not able to get anything done. He either gets 4 or he gets 0.
Yeah, and now it is all up towards the players coming out through Nana. Peter, he has to go big right now, and he won't be able to do so because Rush will be able to shut it down. So Cloud9 do manage to take the victory, but it was a close match, 16-14.
Cloud9, they were making good use of that default the entire game. In the most critical last 3 rounds, they just rush at complexity, and 2 of those times the XVX situation works out for them.
Rush by name, rush by nature.
I guess so.
Yeah, it works out for them at the end of the day. I mean, Complexity arguably wouldn't have gotten that far without some heroic players coming out from some of their players themselves. They had a lot of clutch rounds. Oh, not a lot, but they had a few clutch rounds working in their favor. Cloud9, it felt like they were a little bit more disciplined. Didn't drop an anti-eco this time, which is really, really good because normally they do drop a few anti-ecos. This is one of the rounds where it became a little bit scary where Rush was able to get a few picks with the UMP. No, surely... Why is Dewey rotating? Okay.
So, anyways, I mean, those last 3 rounds are pretty questionable calls coming out of Cloud9, but just the individual skill of the players on Cloud9 being a little bit higher means that they're able to close out those XVXs.
This was a huge round coming out from Android where he was able to get 4 kills on 1 HP.
I mean, they were pretty, in terms of the Cloud9 side, they were pretty like stable in frags across the board, but I feel like Automatic got so many crucial kills in that series. If he doesn't play that well, then Cloud9 probably don't take it out, to be honest.
Yeah, Automatic is just always that solid.
Skadoodle and Automatic, I would say, were definitely the standouts.
Scar didn't have that many... Like, in the rounds that he did have impact, he was pretty big, but...
He won them like 2 or 3 rounds.
He was pretty quiet, yeah.
He won them like 2 or 3 pretty important rounds.
I felt like Automatic probably had a lot more impact in terms of overall.
Yeah, for sure.
And Tarek and Rush on the entries, too solid.
So, although making some questionable calls towards the end of the game after some pretty solid like map controlling coming out on the side of Cloud9, might have been due to the fact that Complexity's aggression was working so well against them. They start to group up a bit more and punish that. And that's what we saw a little bit towards the more successful rounds from them. When Def continued pushing, he got punished for it 2 or 3 times.
I just realized, right, if Cloud9... So, if Complexity didn't drop probably 2 anti-ecos, it would have been at a different stage. So,
exactly.
And that's probably the disappointing part of Complexity, where they played overall, I feel like they played very solidly today. They've definitely brought a higher level of game, but...
They were quite fortunate.
They were a little bit fortunate, didn't really use the fortune towards a full extent, dropped very soft rounds, because that's soft, man. Like, when people are coming at you with CZs, P250, no body armor in the majority of them, if you drop rounds like that when you've got the AWP, when you've got the M4s, that's where you go... What are you guys doing, man? Like, that's...
Why do heck?
Yeah, why the heck? Those are crucial ones. You have to take those. Because those are the ones where it could be the difference between a 16-14 victory and a 16-14 loss. And this time, 16-14 loss. Because Cloud9, not only were they able to build up their own economy, you could see the damage that was being done towards Complexity's economy. Where Complexity's economy then was like, all right, we just lost, like, I don't know how many M4s and an AWP towards Glocks and P250s. Cloud9 can just invest behind those. We've got to force back up our investment.
Wasn't a convincing one coming out of Cloud9, though.
No,
that's
it wasn't.
Not good from them. Like, Complexity's a team that they should be convincingly winning over, especially when Complexity, in my opinion, veto-wise, picks a map that Cloud9 should be fairly adept at and fairly good at. And then Cloud9 across the board don't play that well, so